Greetings. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. I have a couple of comments that I want to address. The first one was left on the video entitled Abrahamic Believers. Actually, let me check this out. I think it's about the Canaanite deity El. It is indeed. The full title is Abrahamic Believers Worship the Canaanite god El. Now, I'm going back to the comment. There it is. Hold on. Yes. Oh, welcome to all those who have arrived. Feel free to participate. Now, I hope you can see it well. It says, if I may ask, are you the Black Hebrew Israelite movement? I guess you meant to write, are you in the Black Hebrew Israelite movement? I'm not here to judge or attack anyone. I ask this because I actually discovered this same thing myself years ago regarding the identity of this character Yahweh. He is also the Enlil of the Sumerians. He is the one who hated humanity and wanted to wipe us all out, like Yovid. Well, no, I'm not in the Black Hebrew Israelite movement. I am non-Abrahamic. The Abrahamic belief systems or religion are of course Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. I don't subscribe to any of them. And the second comment there, that might make me flow for a while. Oh, the hiccups have stopped. That's beautiful. Now, that individual wrote, oh, actually, that's the video entitled Canaanites, Ancient Israelites, Black or White. That's the latest for my series. I have dealt with ancient Iranians, ancient Syrians, ancient Arabs. Now the latest one is about Canaan or Palestine or Israel. And of course, the ancient population. So the comment left is, why do you people believe you know truth or anything that happened thousands of years ago? There is no one alive today to confirm or deny anything. Yet you human fight over what you want to be true. I have a comment in the chat from Alkebulin Soldier. Hey, brother, that's my brother from Nigeria. And also Asiatic Black Man 19 is in the place to be. Peace to you as well. Now, you two brothers are familiar, so you know how it goes. You know how it works. Feel free to add on, and you know I will definitely read your comments. Now, that comment from the video that I just read, I find that comment quite surprising. You have people. Oh, Gregory Jones wrote. That's a comment in the chat. Oh, what's happening? Okay. When were Israelites first identified in history? What were they identified as before? Okay, I will go in order. Now, that comment about people believing that we know the truth about anything that happened thousands of years ago, you have people who deal with time period like millions of years ago. And it's very simple. Once again, like I've said actually not long ago, we have records. We have records with writings. And some people have studied, whether it was in an academic system or independently, they have studied ancient languages. So that's how we are able to know what people were doing or saying or thinking, believing. Of course, we don't know every single thing they did or said, but we know enough to have a field called history. And the last sentence is, yet you human fight over what you want to be true. He probably meant to write humans in plural. I'm not fighting. Usually, many times I've said, I don't argue, I state facts. When there are disputes or debates or fights, that's regarding the interpretation. But the facts cannot be changed. If you have a document, a record that says such, so and so, and that's what it is. Assis-toi, assis-toi. Je suis en train de faire une vidéo, faut pas faire de bruit. Asiatic black man 19 wrote, language and etymology is crucial. Consonant roots. Well, anyway, that being said, I want to address that comment that was left in the chat. Now, Gregory Jones, welcome. I think it's the first time. Well, who knows? You might have some people come every now and then, but Gregory Jones wrote, when were Israelites first identified in history? What were they identified as before? That's a good question, because let me check the title. Yes, definitely Canaanites. The title of the video is Canaanites. Then in bracket, I put ancient Israelites. And then why I put Israelites is in regards to the land that was known as Canaan, that was known as Palestine, and that today is known as Israel. Like that's Israel. That's the reason why I have put ancient Israelites in bracket. But first, as everyone can see, it says Canaanites. Okay? And what was the rest of the question? Hold on. What doesn't it appear? Okay. So when were they first identified in history? I'm wondering if you're talking about the population that was in Canaan, or if you are talking about the Israelites as if this tribe, this people mentioned in the Bible. Because if you are talking about the people mentioned in the Bible, I wouldn't know what to tell you, besides the fact that people claim that the oldest mention of Israel is in the Victory Stela of Pharaoh Mer-en-Ptah. But in my video entitled Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, main video on my account, I demonstrate that it does not mention Israel. It does not spell Israel. But people might disagree. So if people if people disagree with what I'm saying, if people believe that it does spell Israel, then that's the oldest mention. A.B. Koroye wrote, hello, how you doing? Actually, people, I used to ask where people are from. So if you are in the US, you don't have to say the city. You can just tell me the state, just so that I can have an idea of where you are. And for those who don't know, I am currently in France. So feel free with your questions, brothers and sisters. Feel free. Let me know what's good. Let me know what's up. Let me know what's up. Gregory Jones wrote, the Bible is religious literature, not historical facts. I want to know historical facts. I agree with you, Gregory Jones. I think you're not familiar with my account. Ma'at forever. I am not Abrahamic. I do not believe in the Bible, nor the Quran, nor the Torah. And I'm definitely down with history. And you can go to my lives Oh, AB Koroye is from Nigeria as well. So we have two brothers from Nigeria because our Kebunan soldier is also from Nigeria. Greetings to you, bro. How far? What's up? Now, yes, I was actually addressing Gregory Jones. Um, I've said many times that the Bible and the Abrahamic literature is theology, not history. So indeed, I agree with you on that. Alex Little, peace. How you doing, sister? I hope you're doing well. It's nice to have you all here. See, this time you guys came in quick. Usually I have to flow for a little 15 minutes. All is well. That's beautiful. But now you are in a place to be real quick. That's nice. Well, keep it coming with the comments. There's another comment from Asiatic Black Man 19. Oh, I did not know I could even move this thing. I didn't even know I could move it. Okay, hold on. Asiatic Black Man 19 wrote Heka Kasut Sashu, multiple tribes of Sasu, some sedentary, others nomadic. Yes, because the last time Asiatic Black Man was talking about the Heka Kasut, otherwise known as the Hyksos, Hyksos, the people who invaded ancient Egypt and ruled it for about 150 years. If I remember correctly, and the brother Asiatic Black Man 19 can correct me, he claims that they were black. And I was asking him, I remember now, what makes you say that they are black? That was where we left the discussion the last time, which was probably yesterday, I think. Alex Little wrote, Flavian Dynasty documentary on YouTube breaks down entire Bible from literary viewpoint. All right, didn't know that one. Well, feel free to leave the comment in the chat so everybody can have a look if you don't mind, if you have it at hand. Otherwise, we have the name, so we should be able to find it. Yes, watch it. That's Alex Little. Besides that, brothers and sisters, feel free if there's any comment, any statements. Is there any of you also who believe that the Hekakasut or the Hyksos were black? That's what Asiatic Black Man believes. That's his stance. That's what he says. Okay. Let's keep it coming, people. Keep it coming. Let's have some interaction. Don't let me flow forever by myself. Any questions, any statements, commentary, anything at all? I wish I could take callers when I'm live on the phone. Hold on, bear with me. It's a bit agitated. Better. So it's all quiet now all of a sudden? Okay, Asiatic Black Man 19 wrote, Hekakasut referred to Asiatics of the Eastern Desert and Western Desert and the South according to Egyptians. Yes, okay. But what makes you say that they are black? Why do you claim that they are black? And you must have seen the depictions that I've shown on my videos, and they are clearly Caucasians. Well, I guess if we have to be precise, Hyksos is not, you cannot say that it's a specific group of people. In terms of ethnicity, it's difficult to have a clear identification. Them being in Kemet, we have records of them. But where they are from, that's an issue. Some people believe that they might be from Arabia or from Canaan, later known as Palestine. What is attested is that when they were expelled, when they were chased all the way to the region of Canaan or Palestine. And I think that's one of the reasons why it is largely believed that that's where they were from. A.B. Koroye wrote, I recently saw a video on YouTube that alleged that the Hyksos were blacks. I'm going to ask you what you think about it. I think that they were white, just like Alex Little wrote. She typed Hyksos were white. And I think that they were white because there are depictions, contemporaneous depictions of those foreigners from Canaan and other parts as well, Syria and so on. And we can clearly see their phenotype in contrast to the phenotype of the Egyptians or the Nubians. Duma S wrote, lots of people are claiming blackness onto groups that have behaviors that don't come from black people or anything with blackness. Welcome to you, Duma S. And people also, let me know where you're from, which state you are from. You don't need to say the town or the city, but just the state. And if you're outside of the US, then let me know the country. We have two brothers from Nigeria right now. Myself, I am in France. So keep it coming, people. But I agree with Duma S. It's more than fashion. It's a habit of people. Oh, Duma S is from Canada, you see? We have people from all over the place. I really appreciate that. Now, Gregory Jones wrote, prior to the construction of the Suez Canal, the Arabian Peninsula and east of the Mediterranean Sea, misidentified as the Middle East, was identified as Northeast Alkebulan. Identified as Northeast Alkebulan by who? And Alkebulan, I think that's an Arabic word. What language is Alkebulan? Because I've heard people saying that people say that Arabia or Israel is East Africa, but then I wonder why people don't say that Spain is Northwest Africa, for example. Alex Little wrote another comment. I always have to, okay. She wrote, Dr. Okuni Obadele Combo has an excellent lecture on Philip Shock Matthews' show in videos referencing Hyksos. Please also, if you don't mind, Sister Alex Little, if you can share the link in the chat so we can all have a look later on. Now, that brother, yes, Gregory Jones wrote the earlier name of Africa. He's talking about, okay, Alex Little cannot share links. I'm the only one who can share a link. No, in the chat, you should be able to share links in the chat, but never mind. We have the name, so we should be able to look it up. Gregory Jones wrote the earlier name of Africa. That's Alkebulan. Yes, I know. Some people say that before the name Africa we had Alkebulan, but I've been asking the question for years. What language is Alkebulan? Who called it Alkebulan? I'm pretty sure that's Arabic because the AL, the article, Al-Quran, the Quran. Actually, as a matter of fact, Allah is a contraction of Al and Ilah, literally meaning the God. But Dr. Combo, I knew about him from his website or message board about languages. They used to give lessons, and they still do. And he has earned his PhD, and he now lives in Ghana. And they do I don't want to say tour because they are over there, but they welcome people to have a taste of the life in Africa. So they're doing their thing, really. They're teaching many African languages. Um, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think that Brother Bonucci is giving lessons on Dr. Combo's platform. Brother Bonucci, back in around 2008, when he saw my video refuting the claim that Allah was written in hieroglyphic, you know that video, Allah is not in Nubia Temple of Ptah. He appreciated that. He contacted me and we spoke on the phone, and he sent me some maps. And I think I still have them somewhere, but it was very kind of him. He sent them to me all the way from America, so you know that has a cost, and that gesture was kind of him. We haven't spoken since though, but eventually maybe we will, maybe not. Who knows? But now, vas-y, vas-y. Ok, c'est bon, tu peux rester, tu peux rester. Now, Asiatic Black Man 19 wrote. Hold on, let me check her. Excuse me. Shh. Asiatic Black Man 19 wrote, Mid-East was made up by Europeans to trick us. Where is Mid-North, Mid-South, psychological trick? And Gregory Jones wrote, yes, it's Arabic. So Gregory Jones is agreeing that Al-Kabulon is Arabic. So if it's Arabic, why would it be? Okay, I don't think we will know what is the oldest name for Africa. Maybe Al-Kabulon is older than the word Africa. Who knows? But if it's Arabic, chances are that term does not come from us, does not come from black people. But that depends if we have some people who hold the belief that the Arabs were black, that Prophet Muhammad were black. I guess we're going to spend years, if not decades, dealing with who was white and who was black in ancient times. Because when you look at the picture or the drawing of Fard Muhammad and people tell you that he's biracial, therefore that he's black. And when you have people who tell you that the Comte Saint-Germain, everybody can look up Comte Saint-Germain. Comte that will, I don't know if in English you write it another way, but that should be spelled Conte space Saint, like Saint, space German, that's Germain. And someone told us that he was biracial also. And now we can clearly see his black complexion. But I'm not going to tell you who it is. I don't want people to say that I'm picking on dude. Now, Asiatic Black Man 19 wrote, Arabic is black language, Afro-Asiatic. Wow. That's your stance, brother. That's your stance. But you still haven't told us why you say that the Hyksos were black. There's many people who, like yourself, say that the Arabs were black because the people before the time of Islam, the people in this region were black. Well, actually, that website yesterday, hold on. It was actually 007 Kemet, and it's a sister, by the way. My bad. She sent an email to me, and she shared that website. So yesterday I made a video. I really wanted to do it. Sometimes there's some things I want to address, but if I don't do it on the spot, then I just don't do it at all. But I really wanted to do it on the spot. And that website, the video, you can see that damn near every place on the planet Earth were populated by black people, and many people have this worldview. Some would tell you that not only the Chinese dynasty, the first dynasties were black dynasties, but even in Japan, some people would tell you that the first samurai were black, or others are more moderate, and they will talk about that black samurai because apparently there was a black samurai who was famous. But that's something that's been going on for a very long time, saying that the original inhabitants of damn near all the planet Earth were black, and it doesn't help. It doesn't help, and just making that statement doesn't help. That statement doesn't help. Chut, c'est bon, c'est bon. Non, non, c'est bon, c'est bon. Chut, je suis en train de faire une vidéo. Je dis qu'il faut pas faire de bruit. And I was happy to show you. There was a depiction or representation. There was a representation supposedly showing Jesus Christ. Now, the quality of the image is not very clear. We don't see much. So I guess it's dark. I did not even pay attention to the face and the body of the individual because everybody can see. And the link is there anyway. The link is there. The video is Meduneto introduction. That's it's probably the first one, but the comment was left by the username 007 Kemet, and you have a link to the website. And the date was like 300 AD. And we were told on that website that it was the oldest representation of Jesus. Can you imagine a representation of an individual 300 years after the fact? That should raise an alarm. Now, Gregory Jones wrote, was the entire continent identified as Kemet or Kush? I wouldn't say the continent of Africa was called Kemet, nor Kush. Kush actually, it comes from the Medu the hieroglyph. And just like, there's so many names. I have to double check for, even when you say Libyans, I think it's from the Medu Lebu. And even for Palestine or Palestinian, I can't remember when I read that, but there's a term. But I want to be cautious. I want to double check, and in due time, I will share it. I will share it. But there's a fair bit of terms. I've quoted I think it's the Oxford History of Ancient Egypt. Even the word Sphinx might have its origin in the hieroglyphic. The word Ebony, I made a video about that. The word Ebony, Ebony, it comes from the Medu. If you scroll through my account on YouTube, for those just arriving and don't know, it's Maat Forever in one word, MAAT Forever, and you click on videos, and then you click on the search icon and type in Ebony, and you should see the video. Ebony comes from the Medu. Anyway, that being said, Kush comes from Kash. If we transliterate it, it will be Kash. Kash. Now, Kush is a specific region or area, and that will be Sudan. And Kemet, that's Egypt, the empire. Now, some people claim that the continent was called Kama, Kama. Years ago, about 2008, I used to say the same thing. Oh, luckily I did not say it too long or too often, but I mentioned it. Others also say that the continent was called Kamita. Ta means land in hieroglyphics. Kami, that would be basically Kemi, meaning black. The root word Kem means black. The problem with those claims of Kama and Kamita, referring the continent of Africa, is that we have a need for documentation. There is someone that that is making that claim, and I asked him the question. I think he's writing. He's an author. He's writing books, but it's one of those Pan Africans, and he made a long demonstration with different African languages to say that yes, that's what it means. We know it from those African languages, and I was like, okay, that's cool, but where is it attested? He could not show me where it was attested on the text with some hieroglyphics or major nature. And when we don't have something attested, written, then it might be just an interpretation. And we'll have to be careful with that. Let me read the other comments. So I was a bit long-winded, but no, to my knowledge, Kemet was not a word used to describe the continent of Africa, nor was Kush. No, hold on. Oh, can't I just go up? I've missed a few comments, but it looks like I can't go up the previous ones, which is annoying. Shh, no. Shh. Hold on. Well, I'm sorry, I cannot see. Okay, there's a way I can. Well, so where I know how I can see them actually, and I should take the habit of doing that. Hold on. I should take the habit of doing that because it will save me having to click all the time, because we have to click all the time when we are live to see the comments. Hold on. No. No. Oh yeah, hold on. I have to mute this. Okay. There it is. So, Alex Little wrote, if Arabia or Arabic, I'm sorry, if Arabia or Arabic is black, then why are they dismantling every Afrocentric statues and temple? Asiatic Black Man 19 wrote, Libyans were Libu kings of 22nd dynasty, Bubastis from Ezekiel 30:17 per bast. Gregory Jones wrote, view the lecture by Dr. Runoko Rashidi, the original man. I have a big issue with Runoko Rashidi's claim because he traveled around the world, takes pictures of people who appear to be melanated, but I think to some extent it is reaching. Particularly the obsession about Asia. There are indeed some black people, melanated people in Asia, even in India. In India, you have some black people, and I'm not talking about the Dravidian or the dark-skinned Indians who have thin noses, thin lips, and straight hair. I'm talking about black people with kinky hair and negroid features, just like in Africa. And everybody can see that on YouTube. If you type black people in India, and you will see them, they are kind of isolated, they keep to themselves and so on. I think there's a video that I have addressed where the commentator was saying that it is believed that those people were there due to slavery. Now, I don't know if that's the particular video of those black people in India with Negroid feature, but one of those videos. Um, but to show black people at one place and then claim that those people have always been there, it's like I can go to Russia today and there will be some black people in Russia. If I claim that they have always been there, I don't think that's fly. But then again, what I stand on is the documentation, the records, the primary sources that I have shown all through the video entitled White Supremacist Black Awakening. And there are many more that I have not shown, and I'm planning on showing more later on. Now, let me see the other comments. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's better. So, Asiatic Black Men 19 wrote. Asiatic Black Men 19 wrote, at Alex, because black people don't rule Islam right now, Aryanize Arabs government Islam, or govern Islam, I guess he's trying to say. You must like the claims of Wesley because you have his jargon. You use terminologies as well, Aryanized. Alex Lee told at Asiatic Black Men 19, why must it be ruled to work? And she goes on to say, I left all three Abraham religions alone. I will study, but cautiously research. Religion should not be enforced or tamed. My thoughts. We have a new person who has joined us. Laila Al-Gharib. Russians are Gog and Magog Scythians. Welcome to you. Feel free to tell us where you are located, Laila. You don't have to say the city or the town. You can just say the state. Asiatic Black Men 19 wrote the pivotal point of unresolved difficulty is the interpretation of scripture. That's why at Alex, peace to you. Alex Little asked, do you really need a script to remember who you are? Layla Al-Gharib wrote Middle East is Africa. Da Bomb 2000 Pac-Man wrote, the presence of the blacks is all over the planet, not just Africa. Welcome to you, Da Bomb 2000 Pac-Man. Feel free to tell us where you are located. I think you did write another comment earlier. The name should be written in stone on the walls. Okay. Okay, Da Bomb 2000 Pac-Man is located in Columbia, Tennessee. And Alex Lito is also telling us that she's from Michigan. Asiatic Black Men 19 wrote, no sister, but the proper interpretation of scriptures aligns with the stellar and stone. Asiatic Black Men, I don't mean to sound antagonizing, but you're making a claim, and you have the right to, that the Hekakasut or Hyksos were black. But what makes you say that? Why do you say that they were black? All right. Well, family, looks like there's no longer any questions for me. I'm not going to spend the whole time reading the questions and the answers amongst the people in the chat. If no question or comment or statement is addressed towards me or addressed to me, is there any question at all? Anything, any contribution that someone would like to make? Anything at all? Alex Little told us about Dr. Combo's video And another video as well, how to go back to the chats. And another person told us about Runoko Rashidi, and I've expressed why I have issues with his claims. Alexito wrote, "My art forever. Thank you for your videos." You're welcome. I'm glad that you like them, and I hope that they will inspire you. Laila Al Gharib wrote, "The awakening is happening. The best defense is offense." The Bomb 2000 Pac-Man wrote, "What is the language on the planet before English?" There are so many languages on the planet before English. English is quite recent. For example, Arabic is much older than English. Medu Nature is much older than Arabic. Aramaic should be older than Arabic. Um, Greek is older than English. So is Latin. There are so many. All right. Well, people, it's been 40 minutes and it was lovely. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you contributing to the discussion. And hey, she appreciates it as well. See, that was not complaining, that was talking. That's the baby language. Yeah, so oh, now that's complaining now. Okay. So I will catch you another time, I guess. But I will never say it enough. The records, primary sources, the older or the closest to the time period, the closest to the said time period, then the more reliable or the more informative a document will be, or a record or an artifact will be. Then the language will also help us a lot. But um, the interpretation leads to conclusions. And if the interpretation is wrong, then the conclusion is wrong. A key factor with people's claim is their belief. Now, if someone is a Hebrew Israelite, then he believes that the Old Testament or the Bible at large is actually accurate, and that the stories therefore are accurate and that they happened. So he will try to validate those stories with anything he can find. No, c'est bon, c'est bon. Now, the Bomb 2000 Pac-Man wrote, "How long do you all think the Ice Age lasted?" Now, I'm not familiar with the Ice Age and all this. Those are dates like this I don't even deal with. I was asked about the continental drift, and I had to go through the Encyclopedia Britannica to see what it says. I'm just not familiar with those kind of dates. That's like way back. And I think apparently, if from what the historians or scientists say, there were no humans then, the time of the dinosaurs and so on. Because I might be wrong, but I think the dinosaurs, they bounce during the time of the Ice Age. But yes, belief. Um, English is the language of liars. That's a quote. Gregory Jones wrote that. It's a quote from Malik El Shabazz, in bracket Malcolm X. Well, it is what it is. That's the language that Malcolm X spoke, though. No disrespect to him. I have a great deal of respect for Malcolm X. And for about 15 years, I don't think that people can find me being disrespectful towards Malcolm X, contrary to some people from a particular organization. I will not name them. I'm going to remain extra diplomatic. Okay, brothers and sisters, the baby girl's getting agitated. I think she wants to see mommy because it's a universal truth that children are cool with daddy for a little while, but mommy wins. Mommy wins. Okay? So stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll definitely have a back at you later. Lastly, AB Koroye wrote, thank you again for sharing your knowledge with us. You're welcome. I appreciate that. I like that. In return, if you like what I do, it might sound redundant, but you are free. You are welcome to make a donation. Just $1 will do. You can use a super chat or just through PayPal. The links are all over the account. But for the record, that's paypal.me/maatforever. Okay? But if you don't want to, or if you can't, or if you don't feel like it, because you are under no obligation, once again, sorry, you can just share the videos, share the account, share the website, or talk about it. Most of you have social networks, and it makes a difference. Definitely, it does. As a matter of fact, those those groups, Christians, Jews, Hebrew Israelites, Muslims, Asiatic black men, they are members. The members of those groups, they share automatically. It's like a reflex. They don't even think twice about it. They share, they share, they share. So we're not a group, but if you like something, see, I've said that so long ago. I don't remember the exact order, but get the knowledge, share the knowledge, support the knowledge, apply the knowledge. You understand? If you think something is good, then try to support it. I might just stay there for a little longer because I have some people coming in. Patah Amen Ra. Salute family, Black African power. Salute to you, brother. Hotep to you. All religions are made up and a copy. Okay. Well, if it wasn't for baby girl, I would stay longer. Let me see if she would like that. The position drift, not the continental drift. The position drift. Yes. Looks like it works for a minute, but I know she will ask. I know she will want mommy. That's how it is all the time. It's not just for the breast. It's not just for the breast milk. Mommy wins all the time. Yes. You know, there's a few subjects that I want to touch on, but I want to do it progressively. I have started though. In this conscious movement, there are a lot of messed up stuff going on. Be careful, people. Be careful of everyone. I want to say everyone, that's everyone, even myself. Most of the time will reveal. You don't truly know someone unless you live with that person. But even if you don't live with the person, after some time, you might come to happen to find out stuff. But there's a lot of really messed up stuff. I've mentioned the group and the people sharing. Now, in the so-called conscious movement or amongst Pan-Africans, because they belong to a group, they sweep under the rug a lot of foul activity. If it was just lies, it'd be cool. But I'm talking about theft. I'm talking about uh, um, rape, pedophilia, um, threatening, damn near extortion. It's a shame. It's a shame, particularly when you realize that the people know what's up, but they are silent about it. Some people are young and they find some information and some knowledge, and a lot of time they have a zeal. They are very eager to participate, and they have a good heart. They have good intention. So they don't really see the foul stuff, or they are not exposed or informed about the foul stuff. And sometimes when they find out about it, if they do find out about it, it's either happening to them, or it's to the point where if they speak out about it, or if they speak against it, I'm talking about the foul stuff, no matter what it is, they are attacked. And because I spoke out against rapists and pedophiles, I got a great deal of drama, up to the death threat. I've shared the audio when the death threat was left on my answer machine. But as much as it's beautiful to learn about our history and culture, um, I guess there's a good, the bad, and the ugly. So beware, people. Sisters, beware. Sisters, beware. Just as there are women who pretend to be down with the dude because they want to take advantage of him to gain financial benefit, it's no secret that some brothers just want to get the cookie jar. Exeter wrote, and heaven is between her legs. So, young sisters, beware. Try to avoid finding yourself along with a dude that you don't really know. And definitely avoid at all costs being the only female in a room with males. And when I say room, that's all the definition of room that you can have. There's some stuff going on even now in France, some big controversy. But it will build up because there's some cases going on. But that was baby girl. Just be careful. That's I guess that's all I will say for now. Okay. So I think it's been an hour now. Well, 53 minutes. All right, people. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will definitely holler back at you later. Hotel.